Good day. How you doing, people? Welcome to Inquirer Mobility. I'm your host, Artie Lopez, and this is your mobility update. It's a beautiful Sunday, May 24. I hope you're staying safe and healthy at home. And if you have to be at work and resuming what you got to do, I hope you're taking good care of yourself and other people by wearing your face mask and practicing social distancing whenever possible. And if you want to be up to speed with the automotive news in the country, what you got to do is get a copy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer and check out Inquirer Motoring. Here's what's up with the mobility update. Isuzu Philippines Corporation is one of the automotive companies who've resumed partial operations since the enhanced community quarantine has been shifted to GCQ status. And since May 4, Isuzu dealerships outside of Metro Manila has opened its doors to the public, though in strict compliance to GCQ protocols, and these are Isuzu Isabela, Igig, Isuzu Naga, Calapan, Dumaguete, Bohol, Isuzu Leyte, Cagayan de Oro, Butuan, Isuzu Dipolog, and General Santos. Of course, it's best to contact your nearest Isuzu dealership first to set an appointment if you plan to visit soon, and their contact information can be found at isuzufil.com. Meanwhile, after 2 months of halting operations due to the imposed ECQ, Maxus Philippines and its select dealerships have resumed operations last May 18, but in strict adherence to the general community quarantine safety guidelines. They're running on 50% capacity, yet following strict safety protocols like thorough disinfection, wearing face masks, and practicing social distancing. The dealerships that are open are Maxus in Mandaluyong City, Maxus Quezon Avenue, Maxus Taguig, and Maxus Alabang. They've also resumed operations outside of Metro Manila in Maxus Iloilo, but the reopening of Maxus Cebu has yet to be announced. For the exact location and contact information of these dealerships, check out their website at maxus.com.ph. Coming up next, if you've been wondering how the Japanese premium luxury marque Lexus has been adapting to this new norm, we've caught up with their head honchos exclusively on the Inquirer Mobility Update. Good day and welcome to Inquirer Mobility, and this is your mobility update. Artie Lopez here on a very special edition and a nice opportunity to have a great conversation with Lexus Manila President Raymond Rodriguez and VP Mr. Carlo Blaza. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Artie.
You are looking boggy more than me. That's for sure.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, fantastic. We are in case everybody's wondering, we are totally socially distanced because Carlo is somewhere in Makati City, and of course Mr. Raymond is all the way in Taguig, and I am in Marikina. There you go. So yeah, first of all, good day to you, gentlemen, and I am glad that you are staying safe and healthy in this situation we're in. I understand that since the 18th of May, Lexus Manila has opened already and put in place a lot of protocols and safety guidelines, and we're going to be discussing all that today. So, anything you'd like to start with, Raymond, with regard to what you want to say to your customers, your loyal followers out there?
Yeah, so, well, hello to everyone. And it's unfortunate that we had almost a 2-month break. Our operations just started, and wishing everyone first of to stay healthy. And we're back here in BGC. So if you do have time, please drop by. And we have taken a lot of measures to ensure your safety here in Lexus Manila.
That's great. And Carlo, how's it been so far with you, sir?
Well, we're okay. I'm working from home right now. So on behalf of Lexus Philippines, we'd like to say hello to everybody. Wishing them good health to their families. And if they want to visit the Lexus Manila showroom, it's open. We recently opened in May 18, and we're there ready to welcome everyone.
Fantastic. I guess everybody's first recourse would be to check out your fantastic and very good looking website. As I said, it really reflects what Lexus Manila looks like in terms of the the Lexus aesthetic. Mm-hmm. But in case they haven't really been able to go to the actual showroom yet, would you like to tell me where exactly it is in Taguig?
Yes, so we're here right here in BGC. I don't know if you're familiar with the Grand Hyatt, and we're in between the Home Depot and Grand Hyatt, no? And well, it's a corner lot, so you can see our dealership, and yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's very distinct. In fact, it has a very good looking facade, and I've always like marveled that it's one of the best looking car showrooms and dealerships in the country. Well, I guess Japanese design, man. Who can argue with that? So, so
Yeah,
yeah,
and to give you details, it's located at the 8th Avenue corner, 34th Street, for those who are very techy, but we're
that's
just
right.
beside the Grand Hyatt and the Home Depot.
Fantastic. All right. So you've been open since the 18th, and it's good to know that Lexus Manila, just like a lot of automotive brands and dealerships in the industry, have basically adapted and adjusted to the new normal. And we're going to be hearing that term quite often these days, and because that is totally really our new normal, and it's quite encouraging because. Despite the changes, despite the challenges we have to compensate for, etc., it's encouraging to see that companies like yours are pushing to keep the economy rolling, so to speak, and bring a little bit of semblance of normalcy in this new normal, which is not normal. So exactly. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen, and with Lexus Manila. How would you sum the effect of this pandemic we're experiencing to Lexus Manila, and of course your other counterparts overseas?
Yeah, well, actually, as I mentioned earlier, if you were to be exact about it, ever since we stopped our operations back in March 17, no? They announced it 16. The next day, we didn't have much time to prepare. We just had to leave the office, and that all was like half a month, right? And then in for April, it was totally zero operations, and for this month, it's half a month again. So if you sum it up, it's around 2 months, no? And so we lost business for 2 months, and that was quite a sacrifice for everyone, especially for business and also for our associates as well. And we had a good momentum in our sales. As you know, we did well January and February, and just about mid March we were doing very well. The momentum was going up. Then all of a sudden we were cut short, no. So that's the time that everything went down. And so far, some of the countries were normally compared with several countries in Asia. These are like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, Singapore, Brunei, and we have all suffered under this pandemic, no? And so far, we are ranked around sixth out of the eight because three countries did not sell for a month. That is basically with the Philippines. That's also for India, and also I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was also Malaysia. So we had zero sales in April. Unlike our counterparts, they had some minimal sales, no? So that was basically the effect. And coming into our showroom has dropped, the traffic. So normally on a weekday, we would experience around 5 to 10 customers on a normal day, and on weekends
Right.
that can double to 10 to 20. So right now, probably our showroom traffic went down by as much as 60%.
That's huge.
For our service, which is not bad, actually we are up already. I mean, we're around 50% already of the capacity for the last 2 days. That means out of our 20 per day that customers do come in for service, we are now taking in between 10 to 15. So we're going up to 70% of our capacity.
That's almost at nominal level, so that's good to hear. At least in that aspect, things are stabilizing a little bit. But um, since the start of the lifting of the enhanced community quarantine, and more or less in most areas of the metro, we're in GCQ. Things have a little bit, gotten a little bit more complicated because, well, not a lot of people can comply completely to the guidelines, to the safety guidelines. So I am sure, of course, Lexus Manila and just like Toyota Motor Philippines, they're really stringent with regard to applying the safety guidelines and measures in compliance to what the Department of Health have recommended, etc. And of course, just uphold the safety of the public and the potential customers. Um, you seem to have taken a bit longer than your other automotive counterparts to open, because some have opened as early as May 4, May 2. You opened like again on May 18. What was the reason behind that? Have you taken a little bit more time in preparation, etc.?
Yeah, so
Carlo, if you don't, yeah, I'm sorry, if you don't
yeah,
mind, Carlo,
go
I
ahead.
think your microphone is muted. There you go. It's on. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, some of the dealers that opened early were those who really qualified to be open. But for Lexus, we were only able to open last Monday because, strictly speaking, operations for our neighboring dealers here is from Saturday. So that's the only time that we can really open our shop.
I see.
And so Lexus and majority of the dealers nationwide only opened last Saturday. Uh, and we needed time. Well, that's just the weekend to prepare. As you know, we had to have to comply with our 50% manpower requirement, and we had to ensure some safety protocol requirements that were met. And it took time because some of the suppliers who were supposed to provide us with this equipment were not available. So we had to wait for them. No? So things started coming in Saturday and Sunday in time
I
for our
see.
opening on Monday. And we also had to total disinfect a process for the whole facility. It was our second time. One was after the announcement, we had to disinfect, and just before returning. So last Sunday, we had to disinfect our whole facility to ensure the safety for our customers and our associates.
That's good to hear. It's understood that you set your priorities straight in terms of making everything ready and making everything in optimal levels before actually getting on with the show, so to speak. So, yeah, that is most definitely appreciated. So, if I may ask, what are the safety protocols that you've put in place in Lexus Manila, for its existing and potential customers?
Well, first of all, we had to ensure, as I mentioned, we had to disinfect the whole facility. And we had to place some, these hand sanitizers all around as you enter our dealership, even for service, even for sales. At the lounge, we had to arrange it in all key places. And also, we had to, of course, check the temperature for anyone who comes in,
Exactly.
whether customers or associates. And, if there is someone who has fever, then we have to confine them and consult what they need to do. However, aside from that, we also had to rearrange our workplace as we have a social distancing of 1 meter. So we had to disperse the number of team members working. We had to take up some of our workshop, our training rooms on the second floor. We had to convert it to temporary workplace, part of the office. So we were able to have 50% manpower attendance here, and they're all spaced out properly. And aside from that, also our showroom, we lessened the number of showroom vehicles on display. And also for the customer lounge, rather than focusing on 1 or 2 areas, now they're all around in several areas. And also that goes for after sales. As you know, our after sales, there are quite a number of customers. So we had to also spill them over to our showroom just to accommodate and to ensure that we have the proper social distancing. So these are some of the measures, aside from many others that are available.
Right. And well, of course, given the situation, it's understood that the customer traffic, whether scheduled or walk-ins, have really gone down, and that's like the norm for everybody else. But I know that you can also, like I mentioned earlier when we opened, that you can, everybody can check out the website. All the models are there. But what is it like for the actual customer coming in? Because it's different seeing your nameplates in the metal. And I've always really enjoyed actually visiting the Lexus showroom, and I do miss your coffee. you definitely have the best coffee in the industry, complete with branding.
We still have it anytime.
Oh man! So the moment I'm in the neighborhood, I definitely will try a cup again. So let's say most people are doing online scheduling instead of just basic walkthroughs. walk-ins?
Yes, actually, we prioritize for services what we call the appointment system.
Mm.
But Lexus actually has a high appointment rate. Most of our
Yeah.
customers really do come in here based on booking their schedules with us. So we're running at around 70 to 80% by appointment, and that's as much as possible that we'd like to accommodate only through appointment. But sometimes we cannot avoid those who come in and walk in. Of course, if our capacity permits, then we also accept them. But of course, the priority is on appointment customers. Now, for the showroom, still we have customers who insist in coming to the actual showroom. So we have quite a number of them. And as mentioned, from the entry point up all the way to the exit, we take a lot of precautionary measures. And I think, Ardy, the question here is, what about my new car which will be delivered? What will you do? What's the new norm? No? So
Right.
whether you bring your car in for service or we release a new car to you or we deliver a new car to your home or to your office, we have what we call the back cleanse process. This is disinfecting your vehicles. No? It's a bacteria treatment, antibacterial treatment, and it can guarantee around 99.9% of the bacteria and fungus inside the air conditioner and the cabin will be clean. So it's complimentary from our part as of the moment, and this is one way of trying to ensure or showing our commitment in providing safety to our customers. So that's the best we can do at least. Now, it's a misting process. It takes around 15 to 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
And you can even watch while it's being done.
Exactly.
Basically, you run the engine and the aircon, and then you apply this Bacta cleanse, and you will see some smoke inside the car. But basically, this is the misting process.
Yeah.
And after that, what's really good about this is it can last for around 3 months to contain. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's a very good process of disinfecting your vehicles. And I think most of our customers have appreciated very much at no cost.
That's great, because I've seen it in action in social media. Well, it's like you said, it's a machine or a gadget that you put inside the car, and the actual air conditioning of the vehicle will help circulate the antibacterial process and down to the the nooks and crannies that you don't actually see or reach very easily, and down into the vents of the air conditioning system, etc. So that's really reassuring. I'm surprised they might probably bring in their other vehicles to have it treated that way, because it is really recommendable.
Yes, for the peace of mind
Exactly.
of our customers.
Okay, well, I'm sure that a lot of routines and procedures in the company have drastically changed. So I'd like to move on to asking, what is the most significant change that you've instilled in your systems with regard to the customers' units that are due for servicing, regular periodic maintenance or repairs, etc. Is there like a pickup or delivery system instead of the customer having to bring it over to the servicing station itself?
Well, actually, we have some deliveries, that we offer to our customers, but most of them, we haven't really encountered customers not wanting to bring their vehicles. The first thing we do is, in our system, we have a formula that can predict who the customers should be to come into our service workshop. And of course, we do contact them and we give them the option whether they can bring their car or we can delay it for a while and until such time that they can bring over the car. But for new vehicle delivery, we can have it either brought to their office or to their residential place, or have it picked up here at our dealership. So it's up to the customer. And as we mentioned, for service, it's a matter of appointment. So that's just to ensure convenience.
Fantastic. Well, okay. So, I guess that's all the information we need with regard to the protocols you've set in place and the guidelines you've imposed for the staff to follow, and to make your potential and existing customers feel at least reassured that their safety is taken care of when they visit Lexus Manila. And okay, so in parting with regard to that topic, we have one more juicy topic to talk about, but what is your insight with regard to Lexus in terms of adapting to this evolving new norm? Like I said in my other video, the new norm term will quickly get old, because it's everybody's really experiencing a lot of drastic and significant differences based on how it was just a couple of months back. So, how do you think this is gonna, change in terms of how you conduct your business, and what's your forecast for the rest of the local automotive industry as well?
Well, the trend is basically everyone's going using their computers, surfing the net, and as we have noticed, or we expect, is a very drastic reduction in the terms of walking in customers to our showroom. So what I can see is, of course, one is to have your website, you know, attractive, and let customers browse for your products. And also, we have what we call the Lexus Remote that you can click on, and you can inquire for our products and services. And usually, our sales consultants will get back to the customers upon inquiries, asking for quotations, brochures, and so on. So I think that's the most common, is through the website. Another
Right.
one is, of course, through social media. We have provided some links that you can click on, and it will automatically go to our website. No? So that, I think that trend will go for the whole automotive market as well, on how we will be receiving customers. And of course, there are some apps. I think Toyota came out with a service app application through the cell
Yes,
phone
yes.
that you can make
Very handy.
appointments. Yeah, so unfortunately, Lexus is not yet it's not yet around, but we're going also to that direction, and it can do predictive forecasting of service reminders and time to get back to service for periodic maintenance. So everything will be through gadgets, technology, and of course, you cannot avoid customers who really want to come and take a look at the vehicles and also test drive. That's one other major
Aspect.
factor. Yeah,
Right, you
we
bet.
have to do less test drives, no? And another one is coming out with virtual showrooms. It's all designed to customers to look at your showroom through the website. And yeah, those are some of the examples. And maybe Carlo, you can share some of our activities that we've done from Lexus Philippines.
Actually, we're going to the digitalization phase already, RD, because we want to ensure our customer safety and that digital journey of purchasing vehicles. So in our website, like what Raymond San said, that we're offering this Lexus remote that instead of customers going to the showroom, you can log on to the website and key in their information, and our sales consultant will be happy to get in touch with them. I guess because of the ever-changing consumer needs, because of this new normal, uh, um, everything is really going digital. And of course, as Lexus, we have to adopt new ways in adjusting to this new consumer behavior. Nobody
Right.
has written a manual on what we're supposed to do during these times, how to apply new normal. So we're all learning, we're all adjusting, and I think this is the best time for us in the automotive industry to learn from our consumers, get their insights. But yeah, everything's really going digital as a first step in purchasing vehicles.
Exactly. Yeah. We are a very resilient and adaptive people. So I guess the fact that everybody's embraced, the digital aspect of most everything, it is heartening to know that we can transcend this. We are capable, and with a little bit of course, faith, and a little bit of compliance, and a little bit of support from each other, and especially encouraging things from our corporate counterparts, the industries that are actually pumping some blood back into the economy. So that is very much needed, most definitely. So thank you, all of you guys, for making things roll once again, so to speak, when it ground to a halt 2 months ago. So we are far from being over the hill about this situation, but yeah, we are going to be transcending this with a little bit of help and support from each other. Fantastic. So, and on that light, you guys have really sort of like blazed a trail by coming up with a virtual launch. So
Yeah.
I'm as much as I'm really excited to see it in the metal. I'm happy that you've been able to pull it off, something as grand as a virtual launch of the the LC500 convertible. And
Yep.
Raymond, Carlo, would you like to give me a little bit of an insight as to what we may have missed in terms of this launch as well, and the public who are really interested to know about this convertible of your flagship coupe?
I guess it was the right time to experiment because of this new normal and everything. So
Yeah.
if we're going to practice social distancing, we might not have launch events with media and customers. So during the ECQ, it was a good time to experiment how to do such an activity. Of course, with media friends, media partners, together with Lexus Manila, our chairman and our president also attending. We gave a glimpse of the LC500 to our motoring friends, and I guess you're flashing it now on the screen.
Yep.
So I think it went well. But of course, in the spirit of Kaizen for Toyota and Lexus, things can be improved. And I think expect more of these virtual showroom launches coming from the other automotive brands.
That's true. Everybody's like really getting virtual, so to speak. So
Yes.
if I'm gonna be revealing my Tito side, but instead of getting jiggy with it, we're getting virtual with it. So did you get that? My Tito
Yeah.
reference. anyway, yeah. So it's great. I would say that since you launched the first iteration of the LC500, and Wakanda forever, but it's like I know Maganda forever because it's really unique in terms of its design. And like I said, among the Japanese marques out there, Lexus is the most aggressive in terms of incorporating unique design. It's very unique, like and I'm not really being biased towards it, but the thing is that like for example, for European premium luxury vehicles, there is sort of like an underlying theme, but Lexus is a rogue in terms of its own design, because it strikes me as really passionately Japanese.
Mm.
Parang nandun yung Japanese design aspects. Like look at those cuts. I love those cuts on the door, etc. And in previous Lexus trips, I'm like, I was really impressed by, for example, using alternative material like bamboo on some, on the dashboard, on the steering wheel, bamboo. That is totally Oriental. That's totally Asian, and so I felt a little bit of pride. Such details like that, Hanip. So with this, for example, for the LC convertible, it's like a symbol of freedom. Because you take the top off, you smell the air, you hear the sounds. What is about the LC convertible that sets it apart from the other nameplates of Lexus?
I guess, well, the LC nameplate or the LC variant or the LC brand for Lexus is our Halo model
Mm-hmm.
Lexus vehicle lineup. Now, having a convertible model further pushes the LC brand into or alignment into the experience amazing uh, brand brand tagline of the Lexus or the company.
Yeah.
So having the removable top expresses really freedom, design, engineering capabilities of Lexus, and it's really just a very beautiful car with the top up and the top down.
Wow. So, how many units of it are you going to be bringing in when it becomes on sale in the third quarter of 2020?
I guess it's on a per order basis, Raymond, correct? We won't
Yes.
divulge too much on the number of units.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, we'll have one at the showroom, and after that, we will be accepting firm orders.
I see.
As you know, this this model is quite pricey, and right now, the regular model is at 9.908 million, and
Mm-hmm.
this would probably go between 10.5 to 11 million a piece. So we'd rather have customers do firm orders because you
I
have
see.
the chance to choose the interior colors as well as the
Yeah.
exterior colors. So it's a matter of so many combinations. So we'd rather
Right.
make sure that you get what you want. So it's on a firm order basis. Then we
I
can have it shipped in 2 to 3 months for you.
I see. So I guess the burning question here is how soon can they see it in the metal at the Lexus Manila showroom? When is it going to be there?
Quarter 3, Quarter 1.
Yes. So you're talking about probably from August onwards, and of course we'll be announcing that as it comes.
Yeah.
And for the meantime, you have beautiful photos, RD, right
Yeah.
there being displayed, so you can also view that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure from now, since it's been officially launched, I'm sure a lot of material is going to be circulating the webs, and yeah. So that's well, hopefully to quell your interest about the Lexus LC convertible. It has a V8 naturally aspirated 5-liter engine, 10-speed automatic transmission, direct shift. Plus the fact that, well, even the sound, the growling sound of the V8 is being projected through the dash, and
Yeah.
like even the exhaust has been, I guess, designed for it has valves to open up so that you'd hear the beautiful sound even more. So that's really meant for open top driving.
Yes.
It's a very emotional car, RD.
Yeah.
With the roof up, roof down, you can hear the noise of the
Yeah,
engine.
I'm getting
Sit-
emotional rin nga about it. Loko lang. It's
Beautiful leather cockpit. It's quite gorgeous. Actually, it's a engineering and design marvel. If you look at it, there's
it is
so many lines, so many curves. It's such a very beautiful car. According to the
exactly.
designers, some convertible cars, some coupes, when you turn them into convertibles, might not look really good because of that soft top. But
Yeah.
they really pushed hard in the design department to have a very beautiful, sleek looking vehicle, even with the roof up or the roof down. So I
It
guess
does look great.
about that speaks for itself. Yeah.
You bet. And everything is like bespoke. You can choose your own interior combinations thereof, the accents, etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess you can check it out yourself when August comes. Check out the vehicle in the metal and go to the Lexus showroom, have a nice coffee, and have a nice chat
Yeah.
with Raymond as well as you circle the car. And man, when that happens, count me in. I'll be there.
Yes.
So,
Please do.
gentlemen,
Anytime. You're
yeah,
welcome
you
here.
bet. So, it's been a fantastic opportunity, conversing with you guys, and thank you for coming in at really short notice. So, President of Lexus Manila Incorporated, this is Raymond Rodriguez, and of course, VP Carlo Ablaza of Toyota Motor Philippines as well. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we're looking forward to see the LC convertible in the metal pretty soon. So, guys, any parting words?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you, RD, for this interview and this live feed. So we're very happy and eager to see any one of you coming into our dealership facility, and also, well, as you see the latest LC, and of course there was a question earlier about what are the new activities we'll be doing here in Lexus. Of course, we'll try to introduce better or more newer models as of now. And the most recent of which I think that you asked me earlier was the van. No? So we started selling already the Lexus LM van on a limited supply and demand
Wow.
capacity. And so
Mhm.
far, we have sold quite a number. And that's the first time the luxury vehicle from Lexus in terms of a van model. So we're hoping
Yeah,
to sell more. And
I've
yeah,
seen it.
we look forward to seeing you and as well as our customers.
Fantastic. So you guys stay safe, and thank you for making it a little bit more safer for the potential customers and car enthusiasts in general. So Raymond and Carlo, thank you so much. Once again, this has been Artie for the Inquirer Mobility Update. Check us out in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. And that just about wraps it up for today's Inquirer Mobility Update. Don't forget to visit our official website at inqmobility.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. And I can't stress enough the importance of following the GCQ safety guidelines by wearing your mask whenever you're out there, practicing social distancing, and get yourself a face shield and use it when applicable. Once again, this has been RD. I'll catch you on the next Inquirer Mobility Update. See ya.